Dali, pessoal, sejam muito bem-vindos ao canal. Eu sou o Gui e nós vamos continuar a nossa aventura aqui em Final Fantasy XVI. No último episódio a gente completou algumas missões secundárias aqui que vocês podem ver no card aqui em cima. A gente acabou de matar aquele bicho de fogo aqui, o Bomba Rex. E agora a gente tem bastante missão secundária para entregar aqui. E aí depois a gente vai conseguir continuar a nossa missão principal. Então vamos voltar lá pro nosso esconderijo para entregar as nossas missõezinhas. Tem uma aqui, né? Vamos aqui no cara que a gente entrega para ele. E continuamos. Tá lá em cima.
I see you're still here. The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
Beleza, entregamos. Eu me pergunto quantas ameaças notáveis ainda faltam pra gente pegar. Porque aí dependendo, que eu acho que elas que são os que dá o item pra fazer aquelas novas coisas do ferreiro, né? Vou falar com o Charon primeiro aqui.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Isso aí, papai. Tem que proteger quem a gente ama.
Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
Isso daqui é mão fechada.
Let me tell you a story, Clive.
Ué?
All right.
Them rumours Wetlegs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say, I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have me to answer to.
Tá bem. Mal aí.
Still alive, are ya? Go on, then. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Último elixir. Após o nocaute, recupera todos os PVs, completa a barra de transformação. Gostei, hein?
It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Então temos uma vida após a morte aqui. Curioso para o que vai acontecer quando a gente entregar essa daqui. Porque geralmente essas de mais, elas trazem alguma melhoria significativa, né?
All this fuss over a few dark clouds. All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
Será que vai ter mais coisa pra fazer?
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running.
Vamos ver o que ele... Algum tempo depois.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
Será que vai aumentar a quantidade de poções que eu posso
What
carregar?
kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Aí sim, papai.
It can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll Can he be a mo?
Aí, gostei. Já vamos lá na Charon de novo. Quantos vai deixar? 1 ou 2?
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Beleza. Inventório aumentado. Enquanto. Ó. Pô, aí sim, hein? Você obteve uma bolsa de poções tratada, que aumentará sua capacidade de carregar itens consumíveis. O aumento será da seguinte maneira. Poções 4 para 6, super poções 3 para 4, tônico robusto, tônico de dano de 2 para 3. Gostei. Gostei bastante. Mas vamos ali então agora. Antes vamos no ferreiro ver o que dá pra gente construir.
Trouble with your gear, or so will it be?
Ó, agora a gente consegue fazer Excalibur. E dá pra reforçar depois ela? Não sei. Vamos fazer ela.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Eu tava com qual?
Anything else?
Qual a espada que eu tava? Ah, por 2? Deixa eu ver, só que arma. Ah, gostei desse cara.
To what do I owe the honor? What's saying for you, dear?
Não consigo fazer isso aqui ainda. Preciso de um Electron. E aquele dali. Preciso de massa gelatinosa.
Anything else?
Beleza. Vamos ver aqui só o que temos. Esse aqui é a matilha, classe C, sul de Tabor, Dalméquia. Rompedor de mundos, classe S. Penhasco do canto do falcão. O deserto Velcroy, Dalméquia. Colina da morte. Temos aqui.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
Ainda não dá.
All done?
O que temos aqui? Tem novidades.
What will it be today? How may I help you today? I have the details here.
Arauto do Caos. Ele é amigo do dominante Odin. O que é isso aqui? Isabel. Tem incapacitado, provavelmente. Acho que agora a gente não tem mais ele aqui. Morreu. Só tem esse. Beleza, e aqui?
Study it well, Clive.
A gente tem que botar Tabor. A gente tem pra Canver aqui. Bem legal esse mapinha aí. E aqui, pô, tem outro mapa gigante aqui. Então vamos lá.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Vamos pra Tabor. Esqueci de comprar. Vamos comprar aqui.
Are you buying or selling? Of course. A fine choice. Of course. Anything else? Take care.
Só isso, papai. Vamos ali. Acho que é aqui que é pra entrar. Ela deve... A amiga do Joshua deve estar por aqui. Vai nos atacar, né? Ela sabe quem é a gente, será?
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor.
Quem é ela, gente?
I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Que é o dominante lá, né, do Odin. Enquanto isso, a Ágora, a cidade livre de Canva.
Are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
O que tá vendo?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king, he has come to save us from the Akashic.
Ele veio pra matar todos vocês, gente. Ou esse cara tá mal comunado, hein?
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Vocês vão meter com um dominante.
Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation.
Já matou todo mundo.
The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris.
Eles estão procurando a Mid mesmo.
A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn.
Ah, por conta nossa, que desgraça.
See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
Acho que que esse daqui vai ser tenso, hein? E cada batalha com o dominante tá sendo mais absurda que a outra. Eu acho que essa aqui vai ser a mais cinematográfica de todas.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Tem algum significado, então, que explica o que o última quer?
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Cara, tô curtindo muito a história, gente. Muito. Mas é um jogo-filme, né? Bastante cutscene. Não que eu esteja reclamando, tá? Mas... bastante.
Let's find our friends.
Plain she cares for you very deeply.
And
Tem duas missões secundárias aqui.
which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Korava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
Do you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast... Now, that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
Beleza, eu tô pela recompensa aqui.
Hunt your Evis.
Of course you will.
Tô pela reputação.
When one lives in such troubled times, it is a fool who lets opportunity slip his grasp. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Carava. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
Beleza. Cadê a outra? Pra lá? O sul do deserto de Ocroy. Agora dá pra ir pra cá, ó. Deve ter mais coisa pra cá. Mas a gente vai pegar a outra missão. Que tá ali em cima. Precisa subir. O que vai acontecer? Quem é esse?
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yote is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
Oh.
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token.
O que vamos ganhar? Pena da Fênix.
For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later.
Primeiro tem que subir lá.
Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Here's the scraps you're...
Thank you for the deal, Ed, mister.
Vamos ali, vamos ver o que tem de missão secundária.
You! Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant greybeard.
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures. The most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead? You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
Beleza.
Climb the stairs and
memorize a few inscriptions for me. Assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones dotted about the village. 3 of them, to be precise. 1 each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Beleza, vamos nelas então. Vão ser 3. Tem uma ali, uma aqui.
How are those new boots treating you?
Guardiões do Cristal, vós sois as primeiras pedras de Tabor. Sagrado seja vosso sangue, e como uma mãe protegerei a cidade com fervor.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
Why won't the sky go back to how it was?
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes.
Not a scratch on them. These hides will fetch a good price.
Será que eu vou ter que me lembrar disso aqui? Andarilhos das planícies douradas, finquei vossos pés nesse firme chão. Compartilhai o vosso orgulho com todos os seus iguais, pois sobre as pedras da cidade agora juntos viverão.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Só falta essa. Filhos dos caçadores, agora lavradores deste solo, colhei as bênçãos prometidas e protegei essa terra das pragas que a assolam.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
Fala com ele então.
The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, would that I could have seen for myself. Come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
Porra. Porra.
Guardians of the Republic.
The Republic? Are you certain? These stones predate the founding of Dhalmekia by centuries.
That can't be right then. Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
Agora tá difícil de conseguir experiência, hein? A gente tem que ir pra onde? Pra ali.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches will bring down the price.
A gente vai ter que sair por aqui e aí depois vai dar pra ir pra lá, eu acho. Vamos ver. Acho que o mapa vai abrir.
Ah, Lord Rosfield. I'm afraid I cannot stay to talk. I must leave to collect the reports of our spies in the field. Now that you wear the Phoenix down, our brothers and sisters will no doubt reveal themselves to you too. Farewell, my lord, and may the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart.
The free city's under siege.
O que é aqui? A Rota Dourada. Tá, então aqui a gente vai pra lá e depois... Tá, vamos pra aqui antes, ver o que que tem. E depois a gente vai pra ali.
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
O que tem aqui? Ah, acho que é aquela matilha lá.
Have care.
Boa. Ainda. Vai, só morre. Já vai morrer. Foi, matamos. Vou derrotou a ameaça notória. O que a gente vai ganhar? Nada.
Shouldn't have messed with the leader of the pack, eh, boy?
Vamos ver. A gente consegue melhorar nossas habilidades aqui. O que tem pra melhorar? Qual que a gente melhora? Tem essa. E tem essa. Eu vou melhorar essa. Eu não posso melhorar ainda. Mais uma a gente melhora. Mais uma batalhinha. Não tem nada aqui. Era só pra dar ameaça mesmo. Foi? Foi. Agora a gente consegue melhorar. Meu pai. Ainda não deu pra melhorar tudo. O que tem aqui? Bandido. Beleza. Agora vamos pra onde? Lá no meio. Que é aquilo? Não tinha achado o belisco aqui antes, eu acho.
You lost, stranger. Wherever you're headed, it's back the way you came.
Não dá pra entrar ali ainda. Beleza, então vamos fazer a missão. Tem coisa que dá pra ir aqui que a gente não foi antes? A princípio não. Então vamos lá. forte, cara.
I needed that.
O que é aquilo lá? Será que é o bicho que ele quer? É.
Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
Vai. Só morre. Só morre. Já foi. Beleza, pele de Aedes. Agora a gente já consegue voltar lá.
The sooner it's off my hands, the better.
Vamos ali por cima. Já é mais rápido. A gente vai por aqui. Não é saco. Também tá de chocobo. Mata muito. Longe, hein?
I can walk from here.
Who'd have thought it?
Vamos lá.
Master Cyril.
Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it. Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch. Join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
Valeu, papai. Vamos lá. Vamos seguir para a missão principal agora. Acho que vai ter bastante coisa. aqui. Ali não vai dar pra passar. Tem uns bichanos aqui. Orc.
Let us be rid of them.
Foi. O que tem pra cá? Tem uma poçãozinha, né? Que a gente fica cheio de poção de novo. Tem nada pra cá? Não. Aqui. Tem uma coisinha pro lado aqui, pelo que eu entendi. Não tem nada também. Ali pode ser que tenha alguma coisa. Mas também não tem nada. Tem mais orc. Vai. Vem pra cá. Não tem nada. Quero ir pra cá antes, então. Só pra ver o que que tem. Vai estar fechado, eu acho. Quer dizer, não acho. Vai estar fechado, segundo o mapa. Mas vamos ver se tem alguma coisa. Mais orc aqui. Beleza, aqui tá trancado porque eles trancaram. Vamos ali em cima pegar aquilo. Foi. A gente vai sair na parte quase de baixo ali, mas aí a gente sobe. Só pra ver se a gente perdeu alguma coisa. Acredito que não.
Clive, smoke.
Is the city fallen?
Ah, fumaça ali. Aqui é Canver, então. E o cara tá aqui, né? O Odin.
free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
Vamos lá então. Será que vai pular direto para as docas ou a gente vai entrar na cidade? Se eu fosse chutar, vai pular para as docas. Tem Bocklad. Tem missão secundária aqui. Missão secundária aqui. E aqui também. Ah, gente, mas depois que a gente completar essa, por favor. Tá tudo bem ruim, hein?
Sounds like thunder.
You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol. But everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
Que isso, Joshua? O tio. Ah, a primeira vez que ele tá vendo o Joshua.
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
Não tinha me dado conta que o tio tava ali. Impressionado com o Joshua. Ele não tinha visto o Joshua ainda.
So these Akashic are being controlled.
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in the city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the merchants' district to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the merchants' district, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship? The Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Espero que não matem a Mid, gente.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe.
Realmente espero.
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
Vamos lá. Lusco Fusco. O que que diz aqui? Vamos ver o que que diz aqui na Cidades Livres de Canver. Federação de cidades-estados vizinhas independentes, situada a sudeste da República de Dalméquia. Embora originalmente fizessem parte de Dalméquia, as cidades conquistaram independência no ano de 857, com a esperança de afastar dos conflitos internos da República e se concentrar no comércio, que era a base de sua prosperidade. Atualmente, o poder político é detido por um conselho de mestre de guildas, comerciantes e artesãos prominentes de Canver. Além dos consideráveis recursos financeiros, a falta de um dominante ou de um cristal mater para ser alvo de cobiça permite que Canver mantenha a independência e a neutralidade diante de tantas turbulências em outros lugares. Assim carece de um exército permanente, e a defesa de seus muros foi relegada a uma guarda urbana pequena, porém bem treinada. Canver Antiga, capital das cidades livres de Canver, localizada no fim da Via do Titã, no sudeste da Tormenta. É um centro de atividades mercantis e é difícil até mesmo andar pelas ruas com tantos comerciantes negociando em cada pedacinho das ruas de paralelepípedos. Vamos lá então. Vamos lá, Torgal.
All right, Torgal.
Ó.
Let's find those survivors.
Não tem mapa aqui, então ambiente fechado.
They don't stand a chance against those things.
Vamos lá. Pra cá mesmo.
They've been routed.
Ataques.
They're wearing Waluda armor.
Vai lá. Morre. Só morre. Não tem nada pra cá. Vamos lá.
That's better.
Ih, vai dar ruim aqui, hein?
This might take a while.
Vamos lá. Foi tudo?
It's over. What happened to the Royal Army? There's nothing but monsters here.
Morreu, gente. Tudo morreu. Não percebeu isso ainda, Clive? Lento. Vamos lá. Seguimos. Tem nada pra cá, tem um baúzinho. Tem aqui nada. Tem mais bicho pra cá, né? Isso, morre. Tem mais coisas pra cá. Cinzas mágicas. Tem nada aqui. Meu pai. Foi, matamos tudo. Mais uma porta ali. Vamos ver o que tem pra cá. Pra gente avançar tem que explorar tudo, né? Agora tem uma zona bem aberta aqui, hein?
That sounded big. Joshua and Jill must be busy.
Foi. Meu pai. Que isso? Vai, 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 vai.
Too slow.
Só morre. Vai, toma. Segue tomando.
This is the Agora, where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside.
Não, mano. Não tem mais ninguém vivo. Sinto te informar. Cliquem pra cá. Super poção. Então quer dizer que o circo vai apertar agora que vem uma super poção.
Where are they?
Daqui a pouco vem o Odin.
These creatures. Does Ultima's reach extend this far? What the hell is going on?
Where is your master? What does he want?
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Quem é esse desgraçado?
You were in my family's crypt. And now you're here. With an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rosfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled.
Ah, tá. Vai querer meter.
I am Sleipnir of House Harvard.
Sleipnir.
And you will yield. Or not. As long as you don't hold back.
Too slow.
Nice try.
Vai.
Too slow.
Nice try.
trick.
Cadê?
You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Mythos.
É mais difícil, hein?
Yes! Yes!
Nice try.
Só toma.
One is seldom enough.
Actually,
Ó, meu cachorro se transformou.
too slow. I needed that.
Paz. Foi. Foi. Fiquei quietinho porque preciso de atenção aqui. Subindo de nível, hein? 39 já. Insígnia sanguínea. Após assumir o manto de Lorde Comandante dos Cavaleiros do Exército Real Waloedes, seguindo a renúncia prematura de Sidolfos Telamos, Sleipnir Harbard serviu o rei Barnabas por quase uma década. Curiosamente, não há qualquer registro da existência de uma casa de Harbard, seja em Veldermark ou no continente sul. O que levanta a questão, de onde exatamente ele veio.
The vessel is strong. My liege.
É o
You're all right.
As are you, I see. We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
É, pelo visto não, hein? Pelo visto não. É o Odin, né? É o Odin.
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden of Ash and King of Walud.
Get back.
Isso vai ser tenso, hein? Chega bem mais fácil que a gente pra ver isso. A gente vai ter que passar alguns anos pra gente conseguir enfrentar ele. Não sei.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing.
No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Será que ele vai se transformar? Ou vai pegar aquela espada dele?
Try it.
Que isso, gente?
All the rest.
Joshua!
Ah, não morre, Jill.
Oi! Oi! This way! Hurry!
Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Fiquei preocupado agora, hein? Bem preocupado. Algum tempo depois, onde eles estão? Arredores da cidade. A fundição.
Will he be all right?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit, must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
Cadê a Jill, gente?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gil into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You not mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy. Oh.
Cadê
All I
Jill?
want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. Behind here, I wouldn't sail without him.
Cara, ele capturou a Jill.
Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But do you have an idea?
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself.
Temos que correr, gente. Temos que correr. Canção esperançosa.
Right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
Tem coisa nova pra tudo que é lado. Vamos lá. Nova carta entregue aos aposentos de Clive. Vamos ver as coisas que tem aqui.
Clive.
Go
on then.
Espada rúnica.
You'll not find a better price than that.
Vamos ver o que tem aqui.
What do you want?
Insígnia sanguínea. Tá, então vamos fazer ela.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Vamos melhorar ela
You can
aqui.
thank me later.
O que a gente pode criar? Esse aqui é melhor que o nosso?
It'd last you a good while.
Também é melhor que o nosso.
No scratches, right? Yeah, that should do you. You can thank me later.
Beleza.
Anything else?
Não, obrigado, papai. Temos alguma coisa aqui? Aqui tem novidades. O que tem de novidade aqui? O juramento. Cálice do Cid. Incensório continental. O que tem aqui? Dever. Meu senhor Marquês, durante sua ausência tomarei conta de meus novos tutelados e farei de tudo para protegê-los. Agora peço que faça o mesmo por sua alteza. A nossa maneira. Lamento que você e o Bobão tiveram que se envolver no meu passado cruel e sórdido, mas por você ter se metido, eu finalmente pude dar um fim a assuntos que demoraram demais para serem resolvidos. Agora que tudo isso acabou, talvez eu possa descansar e aproveitar o novo mundo que você deseja tanto criar. Qualquer um conseguiria notar todo o bem que você fez. Sobre o que houve naquele dia. Quero que saiba que nunca chorei na frente de alguém, nem mesmo de minha mãe, e você não me verá fazer isso de novo por muito tempo. Então, se não for um problema para Vossa Senhoria, podemos deixar tudo isso para lá. O Cid que decidi seguir há muitos anos já se foi, e não há como trazê-lo de volta das profundezas de sabe-se lá qual inferno ele foi parar. Mas o legado dele continua vivo em você e em todos aqui no esconderijo, da mesma forma que o céu é azul. Pelo menos, acho que ainda é azul. Enquanto for, vou estar aqui e você poderá contar comigo. Tem uma missão aqui. Vamos por aqui. Nossa, que coisa aqui. Não sei pra que serve essa moeda de Goblin, sendo bem sincero. Vamos lá.
If it's knowledge you seek, we've
O que tem aqui? Vamos ali. Diante nele, vamos ver o que tem aqui.
Clive, allow me to educate you.
Provavelmente a Jill interviu, né? Ali é falecido.
Here you are.
Beleza.
The state of the realm is ever changing, Clive.
Deixa eu só ver aqui. O que temos de novidade? A foice da Alméquia.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you.
Que esse cara faz?
Clive. Anything catch your eye?
Em busca de justiça. 2. Vamos fazer essas missões então aqui antes de falar com o Otto.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need.
You know what you have to do. Clive, I fear that I must bid you farewell. As you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. We must strike now. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once more. Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
Beleza, papai.
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete.
A gente podia ajudar ele, né?
Fare you well, Clive. And may Griga guide us. All of us.
Dia pra ir.
To Gotan's Bales then, and quickly, before anyone else finds them.
Lá em cima.
Everyone, Quentin has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quentin. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lostwing no more, it's 'cause he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only hope he can see this through to the end. That we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quentin.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quentin to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die.
No. We can't let this happen. Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch up with him. We can't let Quentin die before that bastard does.
All right. I'll do what I can. Where is this manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you can.
Eu sei onde é. Perto lá do Bomba Rex, eu acho. É. Perto do Bomba Rex. Então vamos pra cá. E a gente vai ali. Aqui. Uns bichos estranhos, né? Ah, não enche o saco. Não enche o saco. Beleza, vamos lá. Bicho forte aqui, não é? Estamos chegando. Quanto que eu tô precisando de experiência agora pra... 14 mil, meu pai. Muita experiência precisa. Vamos lá. Acho que eles estão aqui, né? A gente não chegou aí a entrar lá.
Don't tell me I'm too late.
Todo mundo morreu?
Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
Beleza. Cadê o bicho que matou todo mundo?
This must be the guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But...
Your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then. You're no guard dog. You're just a rebel beast that has to be put down.
Vamos lá. Matar rapidinho. Foi bem rápido. Já era pra te deixar.
If only we'd arrived
arrived earlier.
O que vai rolar, será?
Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear, just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans, building a haven in Lostwing, freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice?
Tava se sentindo vazio,
My
né?
faithful comrades. All those lives lost, so that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quentin! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What?
Inundada? Como inundada? Ah, inundada de Iter.
Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool.
Damn it.
Não pensa, cara.
It's not going to last long in there. Come on, Torgal. We need to make this quick.
Vamos lá, vamos lá, vamos lá. A gente tem mais. Pra lá.
Quentin! Hold on. I'm gonna get you out of here.
Morre. Cadê o Quentin? Foi. Beleza. Onde ele tá?
I need to get back to Quentin.
Acho que ele entrou aqui, né? Morreu?
Quentin. Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here.
Vai levar lá pra nós esconder hoje? Algum tempo depois.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end.
Não, cara, vamos lá pro nosso esconderijo.
Strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
Para
What
com
the
essa
heck are you
loucura
on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
Because we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing. Right here in the Bales.
Ou vocês podem ir pro esconderijo.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
Aí tu já tá querendo demais,
That's the
papai.
Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family.
Beleza. Completamos a missão.
Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
Boa.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over. And more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
Beleza, completamos. Em busca de justiça 2. Será que vai vir aí em busca de justiça 3? Foi. Então aqui vamos na... Onde tem mais missão? Provavelmente no repouso da Marta. Vamos falar com... Talvez seja com o cara ou com a Marta, né? Acho que é com a Marta, pelo...
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock. Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. But there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
Claro que não.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids. Would have sent someone to clear them out sooner if my boys didn't already have their hands full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Beleza, vamos lá.
All right, Sir Wade. Let's hear your plan.
Vamos lá.
Sir Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rossfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So, what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully, the road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village, but if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there. And may victory await our coming.
Beleza, então vamos lá. Onde é pra ir? Eu vou... Vamos viajar rápido, né, gente? Muito longe, muito longe. Aqui onde era aquela esposa do cara que me treinava. Esquecido já.
You think you can just walk in here? Kill him.
That's the end of that, then.
Isso,
Or maybe
gente.
not. What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes too.
Vai. Morre. Foi.
Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Kashik.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Ó.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away. Before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Beleza, completamos. Agora acho que vamos ter que falar com a Marta de novo, né? Algum tempo depois.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease, but we'll see Eastpool rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool is in safe hands.
Vamos lá na Marta, então.
There you are. All went well then. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept an eye out. Nicely done. And what's all this about some shape-shifting nightmare showing up?
Não sei também.
On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of my own. What matters is you did it. And now we can build our new village.
I suppose it will be. What will you call it?
What else? Eastpool. Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place, but that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have to help us.
I wanted to.
Fechou, mais uma missão secundária. Só falta uma em Dalméquia, né? Emboclado. Vai ser de quem a missão, será? Lá dos carmesim vermelho?
If we're going to do this, we'll need...
Clive, your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness and your skill with a blade.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges. Which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price, no less.
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one.
Cashlock.
Cashlock. A small hamlet hidden in a canyon. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men moved out, the beasts moved in.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere.
Eu me lembro desse lugar, eu
Won't
acho.
you?
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests, as we discussed.
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Residents and all. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chadra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm sure you won't need it.
Foi. Beleza. Onde é? Como que eu vou pra lá? Ah, tá ali. Por aqui que eu vou. Por aqui? Por aqui eu vou pra cá, subo tudo, beleza.
What I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
Looks like this is the end of the road for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
Vamos lá. A gente podia pegar o nosso chocobo, né? Sai de mim. Eita, já perdi aqui. É ali, né? É ali. Dá pra entrar por ali? Acho que não. Acho que eu tenho que ir por aqui mesmo. Vamos lá. Meu pai. Sai de mim. Bandidos.
Look what we have here.
All right, then. Let's get this over with.
Let's get carving.
Foi. Vamos lá. Agora vamos a pé. Que vier a gente vai matando.
It's over.
Bastante XP, gente. Só me pergunto se vai dar pra descer aqui. Morreu tudo. Então vamos lá.
Oh, you're a friend of the Crimson Caravans. And by the look of you, I'd say you were the help they told me was on its way. Cashlock's just down there, if you'd be so kind.
Beleza, vamos lá então. Profundeza do Dracos. Duende. Bonito isso aqui, hein? Que a gente já foi.
This must have been a nice place once, and it will be again.
mais bicho. Vai. Acho que foi, liberamos a vila. Uma boa experiência.
That's all of them. Come on, Toggle. Let's head back to Boklad.
Vamos só ver se tem coisa aqui pra gente pegar, né? Porque esse é grande. Tem coisa pra cá. Antes da gente avançar pra cá, vamos ver essas coisas aqui. Tá ali pra onde a gente veio. Então eu quero ver pra cá o que que tem. Uma coisa. Baúzinho. Mais nada. Então vamos. Vamos seguir aqui por baixo, né? Será que a gente sai lá? Ou se a gente sai? Depois a gente faz um fast travel pra Boklad. Qualquer coisa. Eu tô curioso pra ver o que tem aqui. Pode ser que não tenha nada. Bonito, tá? Meandro da Cerda. Trama da Cerda. Vai ter alguma coisa lá.
It's over.
Foi. Vamos seguir. Vamos ver o que tem aqui. Ah, usei sem querer. Não morreu aquele? Tudo bem. vai ter aqui? Acho que vai ter uma ameaça notável, né? Provavelmente. Faz sentido ser uma ameaça notável. Não tem nada? É isso, não tem nada. Não, alguma coisa tem que ter, gente. Não tem nada.
You're right, boy.
Então vambora. Vambora daqui. Mas eu acho que vai ter alguma coisa aqui depois. Aqui tem toda a cara de ter uma ameaça notável. Vamos ali nela.
Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. And, no. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
It's done. The village is safe now.
You made quick work of it, as always.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was watching her, will you? She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished with your report.
Beleza, papai.
Right. We'll speak
Deixou
then.
curioso. Vamos lá.
Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock. The village should be safe now.
Thank you, Clive. Here, something for your trouble.
Foi como nenhum.
Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiations.
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipated. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with. Fighting's what they do. But we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need any help, you know where to find me.
I'm not sure I do. But thank you, all the same.
Beleza. Mais uma. O que o Theodore vai querer quando a gente voltar?
Ah, Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dhalmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic, and they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now, and judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy. And I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery, and we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me, and I want to repay the favor. by letting her live her own life. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. To show her that I don't need to be watched over anymore. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time. I trust that I can count on you.
Com certeza.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves. That's a job for the Crimson Caravans.
Beleza. Completamos todas as missões secundárias que tinha disponível. E, com isso, mais um episódio chegou ao fim, pessoal. Vou deixar pra gente avançar na história aqui no próximo episódio. Que aí a gente provavelmente não vai ter tanto mais missão secundária, vai ser mais fluido. Espero que vocês estejam gostando, pessoal. Tô gostando demais. Tô gostando de tudo. Tô gostando da missão principal, tô gostando das missões secundárias. Tô impressionado até que elas estão acrescentando bastante coisa na história até. E é uma coisa que eu curti, que eu não esperava de um Final Fantasy. Então, pessoal, deixa um comentário aí embaixo o que vocês estão achando. Não se esqueça de deixar o like. E se vocês puderem, se inscrevam no canal para serem notificados assim que o novo episódio estiver no ar. Meu muito obrigado. Valeu, falou!